One thing about winter, it sure can be pretty. In the morning, just starting up the furnace. A little video tour of the upstairs of the house right now. This is the renovation that I have going on. It's going pretty well, and pretty much all the framing done except for this area here. I'm just gonna, we're not too sure exactly what we want to do there yet, but I'll probably put a frame around that door and then up there as well. But yeah, we got a lot of 2x4s. I've lost count. I think it's around 280 2x4s and a few 2x10s, and it's going pretty well. We have mostly of the electrical done, just the plugs and the switches, but we still need to get wires from the switches to what the lights that we want. So I can't. We're going to hold off on insulating the ceiling parts here, but I am ready to insulate the wall parts. So I'm just going to buy some pink insulation and just start stuffing it in. And these areas here will need a lot of insulation. Yeah, I'm not going to leave any air gap in between there. Last video, you guys made a whole bunch of comments about my thumb. It looks hideous. I know. And I'm going to put like a band-aid on it when I start doing my videos, because you guys were saying like, ugh, looks gross. And it is, it's really cringy. What I was doing is I hit it with my drill, and I just had a screw. I was drilling in the screw, and the Robertson bit slipped off, and bang, I hit my thumb just like that, because I had my thumb like right there, just to hold a piece of wood or something. And yeah, it really hurt. Look at that, guys. I got a load of TVs in the back of the truck. Starting off my day here with a trip to the scrapyard, bringing the e-waste in. I get 5 cents a pound for e-waste at this scrapyard, and it's just a partial load. It's not much. There's not much weight here. Basically, I just picked up a really big, giant Sony Trinitron TV at my drop-off bin a couple days ago, and I don't want to have to take it back out of my truck. So what I did is I just loaded up some more e-waste and TVs and stuff like that, and I'll just bring it all in. And then I have my pickup at my shop there giving me a lot of stuff today. And what else do I have? I have it's just a couple errands I want to do as well. Pick up some engine oil, stuff like that. I made just a little bit of money today. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. So what happened was, I didn't know if they paid me 5 cents a pound. I looked at the sign in the window, and they had changed it to 3 cents a pound, but I guess the computer hasn't changed yet, so they're still giving me 5 cents a pound for this one. 900 pounds for $45. So yeah, right now they say they're going to be paying me 3 cents, but I just saw that right now. Anyways, so it's gone down quite a bit. I'm still, as long as they take this stuff from me, I'm okay with it, because for me to operate my drop-off bin, I have to be able to get rid of these TVs, and this is the only way. I just did my 3 packages right now. I've been home for a while. I did 3 packages for eBay, bought some oil for engine changes, bought about 100, and all the oil cost me over $100 for the filters and the oil. It's expensive stuff. This is my scrap from the shop. I have to empty it out real quick, guys, because I have to hit the road again for more stuff. It just never ends. I just love it. I mean, look at all this copper. Look at all this stuff. It's awesome. Okay, so I got another one of these boilers. Lots of copper on it. 3 furnaces. Like I said, I have to empty it all out right now. I'm just gonna plop it down in my driveway and go back out. Person contacted me through Kijiji, and they say they have he says he has 5 appliances and a car, so we'll see about that. I don't know what I'm going to do with the car. Depending on what kind of car it is, if it's nice, I may get a tow truck to bring it, drop it off my driveway here so I can part it out. If it's a crap car, I may just get them to take it straight to the scrapyard. I'll call my scrapyard to pick it up. Yeah, so we'll do something like that. We'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm gonna go pick up the 5 appliances, empty this stuff out. Scrap goes there, furnaces will go here, copper somewhere else. Well, here's my load of scrap that I got from the guy yesterday. Yeah, so washer, dryer, stove, dishwasher, and fridge, the whole works. A wheelbarrow part and some other little scrap here and there. I'm just going to take it in just like this. I'm not going to take any parts off this stuff. It's actually been sitting outside on his front lawn for you know, good, he said, since July. So the washing machine is actually full of ice, which adds to the weight. Nothing I can do about it. A couple other electronics. I'm just going to cut the cords off when I get to the scrap yard and see how much money I make just from this load. He asked me, I told him probably around $60. Yeah, so he does have a car there. It's a Buick Allure, and I'm going to ask the scrapyard to pick it up. The car he has is a 4-door sedan Buick Allure. It's just, it's pretty beat up and all. He says it can still work and whatnot, but I'm not going to bother with it. Just going to call my scrapyard and ask them to take it away. And that'll be that. So, sometimes I was thinking if it was a nicer car, I would take parts off of it, but I don't really want to have it sitting around here. Anyways, that's it for that. Actually, I've just forgotten. I'm gonna go grab a coffee, and I gotta go to my shop again after the scrapyard. They have more copper and another air conditioner for me. It looks pretty good. I'm done all my errands. I just made it back home. That scrap load, 1,000 pounds, $77. So that was a little trip that was worthwhile. I didn't film any of it, but I really went way out there to this back road where this guy lived, and it looks like the road that I went down hasn't been plowed and was a little bit sketchy. But that's where I got all those appliances from. $77 for all that. When I was at the scrap yard, I did cut off all the cords off of them, like the big the dryer and the stove cable. I like to just use a hacksaw for these big ones here. You know, you can just hacksaw right through that. Normally, a lot of scrap yards don't like when you clean the metal at their shred pile, but I mean, this yard is so small and it's so I go there all the time. They're not going to say anything to me. But if it's a really busy scrap yard, lots of people coming and going, they're not going to like it because they don't want people sitting at the shred pile all day cleaning metal. So this is what my shop gave me. Gave me another ACR right there. I love copper pipe, man. Oh man, look at this. Copper. So it's all good #1 copper. You just have to take off some of this all this black stuff. There's actually a joint right there that I would have to cut off to make it #1. Anyways, this is great. Looks like they had an air conditioning job. There's the air conditioner, and they just gave me all their copper as well. It's really good. The boss of this HVAC company, he has been telling me he really appreciates my work over the years. I mean, I've been going to this place for a couple of years now, and he's just making it a point to tell the guys to leave me more copper, which is awesome. And then the other day, they gave me 3 furnaces, and this thing, another one of these. I have 2 of them sitting around here that I have to take apart. But as you can see, really good for copper and brass. And then a whole bunch of copper down here as well. Copper and brass. Look at that. That's great. So I need to clean it all up. Usually I'm the type of person, I just fill in every minute of my day. I fill it in with something to do. So I'll think of something here. I may actually, I don't know if I'm going to clean up copper right now. What I may do is I need some more firewood, I think. And there's some firewood here. I may get my chainsaw out and start hacking away at all this stuff here. It's pretty cold today and burning quite a bit. It's pretty toasty in the house right now. My wood furnace is working out pretty well. This is like a bucket of ash. Even though it's really cold, the chickens are still coming out. I left their door open this morning. There's one. I saw another one in here before, but it must have taken off. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, you can see I've taken a good chunk out of my firewood pile. I need to go cut some more. What's wrong? Oh my god, they can fly. I've made it all the way to the coop. That's incredible. This stuff's pretty easy and thin to carry, so I like to just put it in, you know, about 5 foot lengths like this, and then I can just carry it out one by one. And I'll put it on my rack and cut it closer to my woodshed. Well, it definitely needs a good sharpening, but got the job done. I was going through these Laserdisc players a little bit today. Stack them up here all nice, and what I'm going to do is go through each one and see if they all work. So I went through about 5 of them. This one is the only one that didn't have any problems. So I wrote that one, it says it works. Every other one, so those 2 and these 3 had problems. So it's kind of funny, you know, that was the first one I tried and I thought, great, works. Put it on the shelf, get ready to list it, and go on the next one. And every other one after that had problems. So the main problem that I'm seeing right now is this tray doesn't eject. These things are pretty cool. I'm thinking I can sell each one for about $200. So Sony LaserMax, Laserdisc video disc player. And these things are more for commercial use. They actually, it's a funny thing, there's no play button, there's no pause, no stop, no rewind, fast forward, anything. There's just eject and the power button. That's it. There's nothing on the back. These things don't come with any remote controls. So it's just a funny little thing that it doesn't have that. But these, I was doing some research, and yeah, they sell pretty well. They can actually sell more than 200. I'm thinking low end $200, high end 300. Yeah, there's a following for a game called Dragon's Lair that people are looking up to snatch up Laserdisc players to play this game. It's called Dragon's Lair. You know, a couple other things like this looks pretty bad, but all it is just a piece of metal, and there's a magnet right there, you know, so all I have to do is just glue that back into place and it will stick. But you know, for now, that's all I have to do for that. And there's some pencil marks, or hopefully that's pencil. Anyways, so yeah, where did I get these from? I bought them at an auction for Science and Tech Museum here in Ottawa. They were cleaning out their storehouse or something, like they just renovated their building. So I got all these from that auction. I don't know how much I paid, very little for them. But yeah, it was a good little pickup. Hopefully I can get them going. What I'm going to do is just keep on listing some other stuff that I have that's been lying around. You know, I have boxes of stuff here that I want to get through. You know, kind of unique stuff like this, old speaker, all these valves, the gas valves that I want to look up and get through as well. So I'm going to focus on that. So I'm just going through some older stuff that I have sitting around. Mainly it's this pile here. Some people call it death pile. But yeah, I just want to get through this because I don't like it when my inventory sits on the ground for too long. It just seems to get really dusty, and you know, I don't like it to sit on the ground for too long. I want to sort through it, find out the things that I want to sell in it, and throw out the rest. So get the stuff that I want to sell up on a shelf, have it clean, you know, off the ground, that sort of thing. So that's what I have to do here. This is just a big mishmash of different things. There's some jewelry down there, a thing of pennies. I don't know. I just kind of brought it all in at once. You know, there's some washing machine parts down there, dishwasher parts, motherboards. There's a big amp down there. These are full of light bulbs, and there's like a, I think that's a cassette player. These are full of Lego instruction manuals, you know, for when you buy a kit, a little Lego kit, it comes with a manual. So I'm thinking of, actually I think my son wanted me to list those. And he says, oh, and then we'll split it 50-50. He's becoming a little entrepreneur. So this is what I was talking about, the laser disc all taken apart. And I'll show you what happens. You press the eject button over there, and then it just sticks right there and it hums until, but you push it, it will go out. So I'll show you again, see what the problem is here. Just, you know, something's preventing it from moving out. I've been doing more research on this thing, and most likely the problem are these belts. It's just these little rubber belts is causing the tray not to work properly. So that's just all it is. This thing here, guys, is a PlayStation 3 remote control. I've taken it apart quite a bit just to clean it up. I'll show you what I'm doing. Actually, this thing's backwards. I got this remote control at my drop-off bin. These sell for about $20 plus shipping costs. So you can, depending on you know, what your shipping costs are like, you could sell for more. But I could probably sell this for about $20 plus about $15 for shipping. So it's a nice little thing. Not a big seller, but it is what I call the bread and butter kind of items that I sell, the $20 range. So definitely will, if it's easy to fix, I try and fix it. So this thing here, it had one screw right there, so I just unscrewed that. Then you take a flathead screwdriver and you just pry it apart ever so gently. You will you will like nick the casing here a bit. You can't get away from that. The problem that it has is when I opened up the back case, of course it has a completely corroded battery contact there. Totally corroded. Doesn't look like it's from an exploded battery, maybe something else, I'm not sure, but this thing is just completely rusted out. So that's garbage. So I was thinking, oh, I could put that in the vinegar and try and, you know, get it back, but all this chrome is gone too. So I looked these up on eBay and I was surprised. You can get them on eBay. I think the cheapest one was like $15 with free shipping coming in from China. I was shocked. $15 for these things, and I see them in remote controls all the time. So yeah, I mean, wow, you can easily harvest these from remote controls and put them in, put them with your through letter mail, because they're so small. Because, you know, a remote control like this is from an old TV. You'll never be able to sell that, but you could sell these battery terminals. I can't believe it. So I thought that was pretty neat. And you know, there's all sorts of battery contacts on eBay, but these ones, this particular style, $15. I guess, you know, some people will have high-end audio equipment remote controls that they want to repair, so they have to get new terminals. Yeah, so then I thought that this is all corroded, and like, well, maybe I'll buy one. Then I saw the prices, and then I thought, well, I have a whole bunch of remote controls. This one is an old TV, a CRT TV. Never going to be put into service again. So I thought, well, I'll just, you know, harvest out the terminal. So there's 5 screws on this one that I took off already. Just a little rubber membrane. That's garbage. And then here's the board. This one's welded, or not welded, soldered on. And then the other contact is right here. So just take that out. There we go. Nice new. So going to put that in here. Has to be the opposite. So go like that. Think. Yep. Okay, now I just have to reassemble this, and it has all these. Guess all these have to line up. There's 2 of them here. Oh dear. Hopefully I'm not going to mess this up. Now it'll just all clip back into place. Hopefully. This button is all funny. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, now I can put this down. Another thing that I did was these membranes, that's where all the dirt collects, you know, falls through the holes. So all the dirt will collect in these, and I just bring that into the sink and I give it a good scrub. So usually these things have a little light that you can see, or some lights that light up on the remote. This remote doesn't have either, so you can't really tell if it's working or not. So this is a frequency counter, and it picks up frequency. So let's see if it's picking up something here. Yep. I can now package this, take pictures, make a listing, and sell it.